Etiquette. Etiquette. What is etiquette? Morty, Lady Feathersham. Is pinkies out good etiquette? No. Wrong fork, Mr. Blackwell. Is it proper etiquette to eat M&Ms with a spoon? Mr. Druckmann, you haven't touched your sandwich. Is it about holding the door for a woman? For the last time, Mrs. Fairfax. Elbows off the table. Yes, hello. Can't you see you're interrupting our dining experience? How rude. All this and get cultured AF on this episode of In the Quarantine.
How rude does your waiter need to be before you feel the need to say something?
Well, that's a good one.
Right. What if they spill a second glass of beverage on you? First time it's an accident, I don't think anybody would make that a problem. They come back to get you your replacement soda. They trip on the first drink that they spilled. They haven't cleaned it up. They just immediately went to get you another drink.
Okay.
Fumble it.
And they go, I'm so sorry, sir. I cannot apologize enough. That's 2 drinks. That's unbelievable. Let me go and get you another.
So, like, I mean, at least for me, I mean, I'm also the kind of person that actually stacks my drinks and plates when I go out to eat. Like, I get what it's like to work food service. I get what it's like to... the short stint that I did serve as a server. Oof, man, I've had an interesting career, let's put it that way. Like, they could just be having a bad day. Unless they're, like straight up just, like cursing me out. And even then, I'm just kind of like, hey, you doing okay? Like, I'm actually really not harsh on waitstaff. I'm really not.
Would you let them get you a third drink at this point?
I think I would.
Yeah.
You think you would?
By the third one, I'd be standing up and going, what the fuck?
You'd be at the next table over like, put it down, step away.
It depends how apologetic they are after the second one.
I have to imagine they'd be fucking bowing at that point. So sorry. I cannot imagine how this happens twice.
What I'm worried about is, like, so if he spills a drink the third time, but then he gets injured.
He smacked his head on the table on the way down.
And so he's just lying unconscious on the floor.
Yeah. Outside of the immediate knee-jerk reaction, like, do you milk it at all? Do you immediately suck it up and be like, hold on?
No, of course not. At that point, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be like, hey, point to a singular person. You call 911 and make sure I'm trying to stem the bleeding, right? If there's blood, make sure I can do what I can. If there's someone that is a medical professional, I'm going to have them take over if CPR is necessary, if they can help stabilize the individual. I mean, that's also just who I am, though. Like, they could just be having a bad day. There's so many other factors that go in this. I definitely get what's going on, like what he's getting at, though. Like, would you consider this profane? Would you consider this not etiquette, if you will, right? And it's like, look, there's something larger happening here. I'm going to go make sure this person actually make sure they're actually, like, alive, and then we can talk.
There's bigger stuff going on here?
Yeah, you have to suck it up. But then, what do you do if a second waiter comes out and goes, oh my god, this man's on the floor, but then they trip over the body?
No!
And another drink, and it just lands, like, right on your crotch.
Right.
Do you then say, I don't even think I would say something at that point. It's still like, well, the guy's still on the floor.
Yeah.
Is the second dude also hit his head on the way down? That's the question. Because the second dude you can now be mad at. There's no blame, the sympathy shifted to him. Right?
Right. Yep.
At this point, you could be like, this dude's unconscious. Yeah, 2 drinks, though, bro. 2 drinks. That's on you.
No one in the restaurant is enjoying their meal anymore. Everyone's just staring in our direction. Just pants are soaked through and through. And then the manager comes out and goes, where's my 2 waiters? My 2 best men.
My 2 heavy left-footed waiters, yeah.
Oh my god, looking at the 2 unconscious bodies. Yeah. One of them has died.
Yeah, I didn't know if I wanted to go that serious, but I feel like that's a...
Are you obliged to stick around?
No, I feel like I'd leave immediate. Dude hits his head and he's not getting up off the ground. I'm leaving. I'm not following up. This had nothing to do with me. I don't want to deal with the police reports that are going to ask me if I witnessed something. They've got cameras. You guys can handle it.
You go home and, oh man, this was such a terrible evening. Ring ring.
Moshi Moshi.
You don't know me, but I'm the wife of the waiter who served you this evening.
Oh, Jessica Robbins, yes. How's it going?
What?
Not so good. My husband is dead.
What?
I know, and this may sound odd, but would you come to the funeral?
Fuck no.
He was dedicated to serving people, and I remember he said, the very last person I serve on the job is the person I want to come to my funeral.
Oh, for the love of fuck. Okay, fine.
It would mean the world to me.
Fine. I'll consider it, yeah.
All right.
I guess. My concern would be that they're trying to murder me.
Yeah.
So you're at the wake.
What? Okay, fine, whatever.
You're at the wake, and the wife comes up, and she goes...
I swear to God, if she asked me to speak at this thing.
No. She comes up, she goes, hey, thank you so much for coming here. I brought you a drink. What do? Do you say anything?
No, it's the same thing. The first dude hit his head, the sympathy's on him. At this point, this girl must be getting, fucking flashbacks to how her husband just died. No, I'm not fucking saying anything. I'm helping her off the ground. It's okay. Don't sweat it. I brought extra shorts. That's a thing I do now. I'm also wearing shorts to a funeral for some reason.
I think that's kind of how to...
Yeah, I don't know what else to do here. I feel like I played that pretty well.
All right. Well, I think we've taught people a valuable lesson, so that's what you do.
If you ever get a drink spilled on you, make an effort and attend the funeral. Yeah.
Me and your mother. We've Samito, we're going out to dinner. You just entertain yourself. There's hot dogs thawing in the sink.
This is hitting really close to home.
And we leave. Drive away, you can hear the car pulling away. And then you put on Titanic.
And then a certain boom boom jingle pops up. I mean, what?
Right, and we've never seen Titanic.
Right.
Anyway, you're loving the movie.
Titanic.
It's a great movie. Then it gets to the bit where Jack and Kate are having their romance. And they're in the back of the old-timey car. And it's all steamy.
Right.
Oh, well, it was the...
Yes!
The restaurant was closed because of the COVID. I can't believe...
Every fucking time! Every time! Me, as someone who's, was watching Inuyasha in middle school, right? And just watching Inuyasha, everything's fine throughout the episode. The moment Moroku grabs Sango's ass, bam! Hey, what are you watching, Kip? Son of a bitch! Every fucking time! Every time! You know the pain. Or Kagome falls in some suggestive way, and you're like, I've been watching for 2 hours at this point. This is the moment you choose to walk in. No.
We left the house... Samito, what are you watching?
I guess one of two things. I would either turn off the TV and just pretend to be passed out.
No. We've
No, I get that. I get that. That's still what I would do.
Wait, so we've busted through the door. We've seen you. We've seen you with your eyes open watching the movie.
Nope.
And then you would just, close your eyes and turn off the television?
Yep.
I've been asleep. I haven't been watching TV for an hour. I fell asleep an hour ago. Either that... what the fuck else are you gonna do? You know what I mean? My parents are Muslim. That would have been a very big deal. I imagine.
No, but you were actively watching the movie, right? We came in and we saw you with your eyes open, right?
No,
It's one of those moments that at that point you're like, look, this is gonna be a fuck situation either way. I'm gonna try to put it back on them to try and to confuse them. Turns off TV, closes his eyes, pretends to be asleep. At that point, you're putting it on. And they're just like, what the fuck?
Get that. I'm saying I would still pretend to be asleep.
You would still pretend to be asleep, just sitting up.
Yep.
I think that would be my gut reaction.
Yeah.
If I had never been caught with anything and I was really young, 9 or 10,
Yeah.
and I
What
really
would
felt
you
like I
do?
was getting away with something.
Would you make the snoring noises?
No, hell no. Well, I snore. That's the thing. But I guess, either that or be or maybe not pretend to be asleep, but maybe pretend to have just woken up and gone, the TV's been on. I have no idea what this was. You guys woke me up.
We're not buying that you're asleep. Why were you watching this movie? Why were you watching this? This looks like an adult film. There are sex scenes in here. What is this? What are you watching?
I would tell them I thought it was an action movie.
Yeah.
What kind of I can see some action. There's plenty of action in this movie, Samito.
Right before this, I swear, James Bond was on. They were shooting each other. This must be a scene in the movie. I have no idea. If it's on the TV, that's the thing. If you get caught on the computer, it's different because you're not just watching Titanic on the computer. You pulled up that adult film.
Yeah.
That's happened exactly once, and I told my dad it was a pop-up, and I need to update my antivirus.
Yes! Legend.
People tend to be one at a time when you get the trolley. It'd be rude to sort of push forward. But you could, right? You get your trolley, and technically, you could fill your trolley with stuff, and then just go, I'm done shopping.
Yeah.
And leave.
You could.
That's not stealing, that's just moving shit around.
It is.
And you could, look in other people's trolleys, just stare at it and kind of go, oh, that's interesting shopping. And then maybe take a couple of the things you like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't belong to them yet. It's not theft.
Yeah, an intent to buy does not make it your possession, yeah. You could take a grape, because it doesn't hurt the integrity of the rest of the bunch of grapes.
No, but what if you look at the bunch of grapes and you go, how come this vine has one missing?
Well, that's more of a Karen thing to do. That's not a reasonable... Nah, there should be at least 3 more grapes on this. I can see the...
Then how come-
They pick it off by the bunch.
Are you allowed to open the punnet of blueberries and take one blueberry?
Yeah, well, I think
Kinda?
the etiquette there is if nobody's going to notice when they're buying the thing of blueberries or strawberries or grapes.
The big etiquette that I have the question is, you know, when you go to like your box store or whatever, and they'll have a 6-pack of beer and or alcohol, right? And there's always the one fucking person that'll just take one out of it. Like you have like a 6-pack of Mike's Hard Lemonade, and they're like, I want an Mike's Hard Lemonade, and then now there's 5 in the box, and now there's one missing, and I'm just like, can you do that? Is that a thing that I don't think you can do that because I'm pretty sure it's sold as a set. I mean, sure it has a UPC on the bottle. I don't think that's how that works though. And then you just start seeing these fucking, like, just boxes that I'm like... It makes me very anxious.
Right? You can't take a hot dog out of the pack of hot dog. Like, that's way too fucking obvious.
Hey, ladies, want to see a real VP? The Nord signal.
Oh.
Quick, to the Nord hole. NordVPN, man. People just don't know how much money they can save using NordVPN. I need you to get out there and save them. You got it, Chief. Time to suit up.
What?
Sorry, citizen. I need this more than you do.
That man just stole my purse.
Oof, that's rough. You know, you can get cheaper prices on purses and aprons and other girly items by using international pricing through NordVPN.com/incognito and get 60...
By girly items, he's clearly meaning claymores. Because god damn it, bad bitches have claymores in their closet. All I'm saying.
8% off the 2-year plan. And a free month also. You're welcome. Ooh.
Region-specific pricing on Steam. What the hell?
I know, right? Cheaper games on Steam. You are welcome. Let's grab that. Rejoice, good people. Share in the spoils of my savings using the URL nordvpn.com/incognito to get 60% off 2-year plan. Why not? Alright, this city oh, looks like the work has already been done. He's the VPN this city needs. Douche. But not the one it deserves. Douche. So anyway, ladies, you can save with NordVPN. He watches over us. Douche. 68% off a 2-year plan. Douche.
I love his ads. Oh.
My dad doesn't understand the internet fully well yet. He's got an iPad now.
Yeah.
But maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago, whenever my mom went to visit our home country, she went on her own because I refused to go. Because all I do is eat street food and get sick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I get home one day, I can hear that the TV's on, you know, like static or whatever. So I was like, oh, my dad's in the living room.
Yeah.
Open the door, and my dad's watching porn in the living room.
Oh my god.
I don't think he's...
Oh my, how the tables have turned. Or should I say, oh my, how the turns have tabled. Wow! That is and flex.
says anything, maybe he just gives like a
Oh!
you know. He just sort of jumped up a bit, and I just sort of put my head down and then went into my room. And then, like an hour later, half an hour later, I'm like going to get a glass of water, and he's like, "Hey, did you catch what was on the TV?" And I was like, "Yeah." And
See,
he's
that's
like,
the thing. So here's how you handle that situation. You make eye contact with him, right? You make eye contact, and then you walk away. And then later, hey, well, did you see anything? Well, I didn't see what I didn't see anything. What? I thought you were watching sports. And you refuse to acknowledge it, and it's one of those things that'll just fester because now you know, but now he's not sure if you fully know, and that's gonna fuck with.
like, don't tell your mom. And I was like, why would I tell mom? Why the fuck would I? Why the fuck would I have that conversation with mom?
I bet that was a relief though. As soon as someone else is brought into the dynamic, like, don't tell your mom. I bet it's like, oh, thank God. This isn't about the awkwardness between me and him now.
Let's put it this way. With people I've known and conversations I'd have, I would be harshly judging the content. It's not that you were watching it. It's that you were watching subpar content. The lighting was bad. The casting was awful. The storyline, the plot, absolutely abysmal. You could be doing better. Here, in fact, take this curated list. Do yourself a fucking favor. We never speak about this again. It's like when somebody's watching some just off-brand shit, and you're like, mate, you could watch Monkitsu. I'm telling you, you could just watch Monkitsu. It's fucking hilarious. It's like, what, top 200 on the list, right? And it just... Because it depends. I have to have the right company, don't get me wrong. But I will, in fact, judge people on what they're watching.
Yeah. It very much was, because later we did have a smart TV, and my dad comes to me one day and goes, hey, how do you delete the search history on YouTube? And I was like, I need to teach you how to do this, actually. You need to know how to do this. So I go down to the search history, and his most recent searches were like food, coffee, blah, 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 whatever. And then I click into that tab, and the 4 searches after that are like porn stars. And I was like, he's like,
Hold the fuck up! No,
he's like, wait, don't...
wait, hold the fuck up! Did I see that? Did I see that right? Yes! There he is! There he is! That's the one! Aspen, come notice me!
And he was like, wait, don't go that far. And I was like, chill. I know what is... I understand this. Here's the button to clear the search history.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, just be a bro about it.
And a year after that, not that long ago, I get him an iPad. And he calls me, and he goes, Samet, your mom was out of the house. So I was like, all right, I'll be by.
Here's one thing I've noticed. 5G. People say, oh, that's ridiculous. 5G ain't gonna hurt you. And I agree.
Oh, okay.
If you start going on about 5G towers, yada, 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 you know, people mostly tune out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not listening currently.
Yeah, exactly. But let's say you went to someone's house and you took their Wi-Fi router,
Okay.
and then started holding it next to their baby's head.
Right.
All of a sudden, you'd get in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's like...
I feel like that's more etiquette around babies, though.
Yeah, but it's like, hold on a minute, I thought you didn't believe it whatsoever. But as soon as you put it next to their baby's soft...
It's more that you're holding a electronic device that is emitting heat, however minuscule it may be, or in some cases, how much it may be, right? It's more that, and it's just like, it's uncourteous to go to someone's house and move something without permission. That's the principle at play here.
Skull.
Right.
They'll go, well, don't do that, please.
Right. At the very least, yeah. Could you not?
Yeah.
I feel like if you drop the stakes just a little bit, like if instead of your newborn baby, it's like your dog or something, I feel like much more people would be like, I mean, yeah, that's weird, but whatever. It's not going to hurt anything. I feel like you introduce anything to a baby, it just sets the stakes too high.
Yeah.
Oh, the safety's off. It's like, I don't care if the safety's on. You
Safety's
just get it
off,
away
yeah.
from the baby.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, you could be like, there's no bullet in the chamber. There's no magazine
Red 9, my beloved.
in the gun. This thing is just a replica.
Yeah.
It's only a cap gun anyway.
Can I pull the trigger? No.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. You could probably have something that couldn't even be very dangerous. Like...
You could have 2 spoons.
Yeah, I was
You could
about
have
to
2
say, yeah,
spoons.
something like a spatula, yeah. 2 spoons, and just hold them next to a baby's
Yeah.
head. Eventually someone would tell you to stop.
Yeah, yo, get away from my baby, you weird hobo. What are you doing with 2 spoons?
Just holding 2 spoons, what's the problem?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever had situations where you've done something wrong, but it's too complicated in the moment to explain what you've done wrong, and you just have to kind of give up?
Yeah.
Okay, so this happened to me once. I was at a dinner, and there were maybe a dozen of us, and we're all at this table. It's like an outdoor setting, and we're joking around. I think we were talking about being rude to waitstaff.
Right.
I said, oh yeah, like the French, where they just put their hand in the air and snap their fingers and say garçon.
Right.
And I did that motion, and then a waiter saw it and came over.
Right.
And I was mortified because effectively I had just done the thing.
Right.
I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring you over like that. And he had this look on his face like, what? And then I'm like trying to explain it, and there's like a dozen of us there, and it's like loud in a restaurant, and it's like I've just done like the rudest thing, and then it's like there's no way to explain it, and so you just go, Yeah, I'll have the chicken schnitzel, please.
At least in a French accent. Come on. At least pretend you're a French tourist.
Yeah, and then it must have been like other people at other tables had seen it as well. It's like, I can't go over to them and explain to them.
Yeah, right.
Has anything like that ever happened to you?
No, I've had situations, definitely, where it's like, look, I can't explain because I literally do not have the time to explain. However, just know that I apologize. They might be confused, but the message is relayed.
Plant sitting at one of the neighbors' houses.
Right.
So I'm supposed to go to the house every day or every other day.
Okay.
Dump some fish food in the fish tank.
Yes!
Water the plants. And not order any pay-per-view porn on their TV.
No.
They didn't explicitly say that last part, but I learned this after the fact.
Wait,
If you watch pay-per-view, I'm judging you because the quality is subpar.
how old are you?
I mean, I wasn't 10, so 13, 14 maybe.
Okay.
They have a smart TV. I don't have cable, but I've never just had lone access to pay-per-view and being able to order stuff.
Right.
So I'm browsing through the TV. I'm just watching TV. Who's going to get mad at the plant sitter watching TV, right? And I'm browsing through the sections, and I find the sections that say adult only or XXX or 18 plus or whatever. Everything's got a free preview to it. So I'm watching
Fucking dead or alive extreme! Fuck off!
the free previews. You know, at this point, like, I remember specifically thinking, I was like, this is wrong. I don't want to get caught doing this, but I have to know what a vagina looks like because I have no clue. Right? I must have been younger. Let's say 12. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
I'm going
right.
to find a scene. I'm going to find something where a girl shows her vagina, and then I'm out of here. And then I'm going to be more knowledgeable than when I went in, and this will be a net positive for me. And I'm supposed to get paid $60 for house sitting their place for 9 days. And she calls me over, gives me a text, maybe knocks on my door. I don't remember how we got in communication that day. And she sits me down, and she goes, did you order anything on the TV?
Oh,
And I was
no.
like, I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so. And she was like, we got a receipt for, you know, a certain film that we know was an adult film. And immediately she goes, I'm not going to tell your parents, but did you order something on the TV? And I was like, I flipped through the TV. I clicked on some buttons. I swear I don't remember ordering anything of that nature. Turns out I didn't actually watch a free preview. I did, in fact, order something that was $25
No!
that she took out of the money that she was going to pay me.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. All right, I'm going to go home.
Yeah, so she just wanted the honesty out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't even give
Yeah.
her that. I mean, they live
And honestly, she's an absolute G for doing that because it could have been so much worse. She's an absolute G.
neighborhood, so I see them like walking their dog and stuff. At some point, her husband had walked up and was like, just admit that you ordered something on the TV. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. And then we stopped talking after that.
Camping.
Okay.
I can't imagine any other time that I would be as polite as when I'm going fucking camping. You know, you run into another tent, say, you've got absolutely no idea what these people could be like.
Sure.
They could kill you and probably get away with it.
That's true.
If I ran across someone else and their tent, I would not be getting anywhere near their tent.
No.
Yeah.
I would be standing about 30 feet away and be going, hello?
Right,
Hello?"
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wouldn't like walk up to the tent and like unzip it or knock on the tent. Hello? Oh!
Unless you are camping with other people, if you run across a campsite, if you run into others, just don't do this. Just don't go up to them. Don't do anything about it. You don't know who's camping there. You don't know if it's going to be someone that's trying to live off grid. You don't know if it's someone that doesn't want to be found. You don't know if it's somebody that's going to want to just not be found by society. I mean, that's obviously the worst case, scenario, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that it could just be, people that want to get away for the weekend. It could be someone that you don't know if they are armed. That is correct. And honestly, out in the wilderness, especially if you're in like the deep woods or something like that, right? That is a valid reason to carry weapons of any variety, whether it be claymore, combat knife, K-bar, firearm, tase, bear mace, you just don't know. And at that point, it's less of a etiquette thing and more of a self-preservation kind of thing.
Oh, Samita, do you want to give a quick rundown on why you don't shake with the left hand?
Yeah, so considering that everybody is right-handed, the right hand is always used for eating, and the left hand is always used for cleaning yourself on the toilet.
That's right, and also usually you hold your sword with the right hand as well, so it shows, I don't have anything dangerous in my hand.
Right.
But, problem with that, I have seen a lot of cute, right? That's nice.
Right.
But E is holding his left hand.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, is there an etiquette
You
between
can't-
like who gets the right hand
No.
and who gets the left hand? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably not.
Is he like the submissive one then?
It's
No.
not. So they.
Just
Why
cut.
barbers feel like it's okay to put their dick on your hand while they're cutting your hair.
That's true.
That's a thing. I've never said that to somebody, and they've had no idea what I'm talking about.
Yep.
But a good portion of the time, it's like, come on, man. It's like the third time this
Yep.
haircut. Like, what? You can tell me to lean to a side, so you don't need to fucking stretch over, dude.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean.
Have you ever said anything?
No, but I always move, and the sheer fact that you've moved
That's a sensitive enough area that they're like, oh, wait a second.
is a signal. Yeah.
Maybe I should stop doing what I'm doing.
I still haven't figured out. I don't know where to look. Someone's got me in a chair, and they've put me in front of a mirror, and it's like, oh, I guess I just stare at myself. I can't stare at the barber. That's no good. Imagine just making eye contact with someone the whole time they're trying to cut your hair.
Yeah.
Feels wrong. But then you
I just stare down at my lap. Like, I just stare at, like, knees. I just kind of stare down. Just don't look anywhere.
just like what, staring into space, having like an existential crisis in the mirror.
Yeah.
What am I? Who am I?
And a lot of the time, unless you've got like AirPods or something, if you've got headphones, you can't exactly wear them while you're getting your hair cut.
You never tell them that you didn't like the haircut.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a meme that was like, yo, after my barber does my shit, if he holds up the mirror and that mirror is a picture of him fucking my mom, I'd still be like, yeah, man, looks great, dude, thank you. I remember I was at the beach in LA when we went to VidCon, and me and my girlfriend saw people riding up and down the beaches on these double bicycles where the seats are like side by side,
Yeah.
and they all advertised the same little shack where you could rent the bikes. So I went in and I was looking at the thing and I was like, I think it's $36 for half an hour, but that seems like a lot for a bike. And there's 9
Yeah.
bikes outside. Like hardly anybody's buying these things. The dude working there must have overheard me say this out loud to my girlfriend. But I went to make sure and I asked him and I was like, hey, how much are the bikes? And he was like, it's going to be too much for you, buddy.
Got him!
I was like, oh, okay. So it must be the $36 for half an hour, which, yeah, it does seem like way too much.
What a rude asshole. It's too expensive for you.
Yeah.
At that point, it's a luxury, and they can charge whatever they damn well please about, especially if they're the only supplier in the area, because it's not like you can just go to another shack. Especially if it's a tourism thing, like there's going to be a markup there, and it is not a it's not a necessity. It is a commodity.
Bruh. You know what you're supposed to do in that situation? What you do is you go to your local bike store, right? And then you buy like 8 bikes.
Open a bike store next to it.
No, then you walk back to the rental place and you hold 4 of the bikes in each hand. And you go, you work on commission, right? Big mistake. Huge.
Got 'em.
Pretty woman my way out of there.
All right, Samito, I'm afraid I'm phasing through the floor right now. That means it's time to leave. Goodbye.
Is he gone?
Maybe.
Has he phased through the floor?
Maybe.
All right. Twitch.tv/Sumeto Media.
Hey, what are you doing?
I was recording a thing for my channel.
All right, well, looks like the room is spinning. That's your cue to leave. Leave my house, please.
Okay. As I low budget animate my way over to stage left. See you in a month.
Goodbye.
Fucking epic is all I have to say to that.